What's up, people? I got a treat for you today. Sit back, this is going to be a bit of a lengthy one. Now, I had the great idea, right, to just put into Google, why do people hate the United States of America? What popped up was a Yahoo answer page. Somebody asked, why do people hate America? Now that link is in the description if you want to follow along, but I copy and pasted some of my favorites into a Microsoft Word document, and without expressing any opinions of my own, I'm going to read some of these answers here for you. Like I said, I copied and pasted them into a Microsoft Word document. It's about 4 of them. Some of these guys wrote some nice long paragraphs. Some of them are short and sweet. Without further ado, I quote, America is obviously the most obese place on the planet. I have no idea what you're talking about. Me, I'm pinnacle of physical health. That's a fact. Everyone hates gluttonous, useless, disgusting places controlled by people such as kikes. I don't know what a kike is. That's that American ignorance that he's talking about. Now, speaking of ignorance, I'm sure it's not your fault here, but grammar's horrible. Of course, America is obviously the most obese place on the planet. That's not bad yet, but you have a period. That's a fact. What you need there is a comma. Your that does not need to be capitalized. Everyone hates gluttonous, useless, and see, needs to be a and before the disgusting. That was by Benortrio. He's the only one with the hard to pronounce name, but anyway, so let's move on to the next one. This is one of my personal favorites. America are the biggest hypocrites in world history. 2 big oceans saved them in World War II, it's WW2, and put them in the driving seat for the rest of the century. American democracy is a whitewash for its true ideology, which is fascism without the jackboots, I guess, and secret police. No country in the world now practices propaganda on its own citizens as much as Americans. Education levels are dire because an educated population can consolidate and rebel against the elite class who are raping the country for its wealth. I suppose it's our fault for continuing to fund Team America by buying their brands. We could boycott their products and cripple this monster of a country before it fortifies itself further. America wants to rule the world and bend everyone to its will, for no other reason other than greed. It's not exactly a secret. I don't have a problem with the American people. They are as much victims as anybody else of soulless tossers and supes that administer America. That's by my boy John. Let's move on to the next one. Sorry. Short pause, making sure this shit keeps going. I keep getting an error with my fucking webcam. Let's move on. This is by my boy Douglas. He says, and I quote, since the poster has yet seen, I'm reading these as written, yet seemed to get a serious applicable answer from an audience he was probably looking for, I'm a true blue anti-American, now who gladly spits on the American flag, so I might be more likely you want to hear from. And I'll be honest, I can't speak for everybody, but I hate America for this reason. I worked for 'em once, got an apartment in a country I felt at home in. Well, I got a little greedy, or did I, and tried to see my long-time GF, girlfriend, future wife. Well, I legitimately separated myself from contact, and then I get my walking papers back into the U.S. The U.S. Navy we call these scumbags, but I call them scumbag U.S. government. Same thing with SEATAC. I don't know what the fuck he's trying to say here. It's spelled S-E-A-T-A-C. You can find his answer on the link below. Scumbag police. Once again, scumbags. I mean, forced into a place where I will never buy an apartment at, because Americans in reality are too stupid to too prone to sticking their heads in the sand, most commonly referred to as drugs and alcohol during times needed for action. See, but most of the world doesn't know how weak America really is. Instead of complaining about America, do what I do and stand up to the American bitches. They really couldn't take knee one on in a life or death situation. It's all a big ruse. Anyways, in short, why do I hate America? Simple, right? Wouldn't you hate any country you were forced to be in? Like I said, it's by my boy Douglas. And our final one here is coming from my good close personal friend Sakumi Kakuro. Because some people think that some Americans say curse words. And anyways, if you didn't know why the world hates America, I just gave you 4 good reasons. Alright, so now you should know. Well, thank you for watching, everybody. Hopefully I was able to give some insight here. Like I said, link is in the description below if you'd like to read those yourself. Perhaps you couldn't understand my accent, or perhaps you just want to see all the rest of the answers that people so graciously took some time to type up for you. So, anyways, that's all, and I'll see you next time.